Toy People. I'm here with Kate Hunt, inventor of the ultimate Treehouse game, and soon to be inventor of many more other things, I think. Kate, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Happy to have you here.
Thank you.
I actually have never seen your game in person.
Oh, it's awesome. Yes.
So first, can we talk a little bit about Ultimate Treehouse Game? Then I want to get into why you're at the show today and what it's been like going to in-person shows the past year. And then I want to talk a little bit about your journey into the toy industry. We're going to hit a lot of things today.
Awesome.
A lot of things. So first, tell me about your game. What is this?
So Ultimate Treehouse is a building and strategy game for kids 7 and up.
Okay.
So everybody starts with these really nice mats, which are kind of like mouse pads or like a Pokemon or Magic the Gathering mat, like a neoprene. So it has a really nice feel. And the goal of the game is to get 6 items into your treehouse first. So you've got resource cards and action cards in your hands.
I want some cards.
Yep. This is your how to play. So you've got like rope and glass.
Okay.
I'm just going to give you a pile.
Thank you.
All right, and then on the table you'll have a store, which is a couple cards of elements that are going to go into your treehouse.
Okay.
So there'll be 5 of those up. And then as we're playing, you'll see like if you want to build a zip line, you need 2 rope and a metal.
Ooh.
So once you have that,
build the zip line.
yeah, you could build it right into your treehouse. So everything
Wait,
fits.
oh, never mind. I thought this was metal. Oh, I have a wild card.
You have a wild card. Yeah.
I have a wild card. So what do I do?
You would play it down. Yeah.
Play it. But I'm going to play 2 rope and a wild card so that I can build a zip line in my treehouse.
Yes.
I'm going to build this. Okay. So I would play it.
Yep. Everything fits onto the mat, kind of like a puzzle. So everything has a specific location. And the nice thing about that is you can have any combination of elements that there is. So there's 15 different elements in the treehouse, and you can have kind of any combination. You do have to have floor, walls, and a roof, and then any other 3 elements.
Oh, so I spent my cards on something I didn't need.
Well, you do, because you need 3 extra things.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So the strategy comes in because on every turn you either can build or play an action card, but you can't do both. So kids are forced to decide, is it more important for me to build right now, or is it more important for me to like slow down an opponent or get resources so that I can build next turn?
Okay.
So they're forced to make a choice every turn, and that's kind of where the strategy comes in.
And when all of these, what'd you call these cards?
Elements.
When all the element cards are played, the treehouse will then kind of look like this. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a puzzle and a board game all in one. It's really smart. So I know before you were an inventor, you were a chemist.
Yes.
So did that influence this game idea?
Not at all.
Where did you come up with this?
So we live in Chicago, so we were in an apartment for many, many, many years. And so I have kids, and they would say, why can't we just build a tree house in that tree, or that tree, or that tree?
Like any tree outside.
Any tree outside. Right, so, being in an apartment has a ton of advantages, and I love living in apartments, but you don't have a basement, you don't have a tree house, you don't have a yard, and so there was just that desire for like this little nook that's theirs. So an actual treehouse is expensive and hard and takes a long time, and you have to have a right setup. But I think a lot of kids want that. So it's something you can do in 20 minutes, and you get that sensation of like building this thing that's yours, and it's your little hideout.
So you made this game because your kids wanted a real treehouse.
Yes.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Did it satisfy their urges?
Yes.
What?
No,
How?
because you really feel like you're building. The way everything fits in, just exactly.
Yeah, let's hold it up. This is the board game.
And then the bunny goes like right in there.
Yeah.
So everything fits in. So there's a lot of little guidelines of like ropes and little hooks and things, so you can see where everything goes. So it gives you that visual, like here, this is where the swing is gonna go.
Like something.
The hammock. Here is a slide. The slide goes in right there.
You can really see how
you can really see how it fits in, okay? And the hammock is gonna go like right here. Up a little bit, yep, right there. So everything fits in kind of exactly. So it's really, people have said it's really satisfying to place it onto the mat, and the mat feels really good. So it's got a lot of like
sensory,
tactile, stuff.
Oh, that's so cool. And what's really cool about this invention is that you licensed it.
Yes, I did.
And you didn't mean to.
Well, as a new person in the toy industry, I really didn't know the pathways to getting this done. So for this game, I essentially self-published.
Yes.
I got an artist, I put it all together, and
you manufactured
it.
It's like, this is ready to sell. This is not a prototype. It is
good to go.
sell.
And so when I went to Astra,
What is Astra, Kate?
Astra is the American Specialty Toy Retail Association, and they have a big show.
Yeah.
And I went to the innovator
Pitch section.
Yes.
Something.
and I learned that the key word was licensing.
Yeah.
And so then at Astra, I actually pitched Fat Brain.
Yeah.
And then this talk started from there, and we were able to put together a deal over the summer, and they're working on it. So their version will come out next year, and I'm really excited.
So what I like to tell people is licensing your idea is like developing an idea to sell, and being an entrepreneur is like developing a product, a physical product to sell. So Kate developed a product to sell and then inadvertently sold the idea of it as well.
So I did a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. So now you're here at this show.
Yeah.
Tell me why you're here at this show.
I am trying to move into inventory. So I still have this first printing, and I'm in about 20 stores and selling, all over, but I also have products that I need to, move.
I didn't know you were in 20 stores. That's huge.
Yeah, that was like, part of it was Astra. I picked up a lot of people at Astra, and then just calling people and finding specific things. So one cool thing is like I got into some museum toy stores, and I got into arboretum gift shops. So I was like, it's a tree. I met someone at Astra who works for the national parks, and he does their gift stores.
Wow.
So things that I wouldn't have thought of, like who is interested in tree stuff?
Right.
People who are interested in trees.
Right.
And that's just like another route to go.
Was that something that Fat Brain was interested in when you were showing your concept? Did they see value in the fact that you already had some store placement?
Adam Hockerman, who's amazing and wonderful person, he took it home and played it with his girls. And I think people, once they play it, it's just like fun.
So, are you planning to replace this with anything? Because you do have all these connections now at all these retailers. They have your product. It might be selling well. You do have a unique opportunity that a lot of new toy creators don't have, where you have relationships and you could say, I have a new product. Do you want to try this next year?
I would like to license from here on out.
Yes.
There are advantages to both, but what I have learned is like sales is hard. And like in college I worked 2 Christmas seasons at Toys R Us.
Yeah.
And I get it, and I love retail, and it's really fun. But I like inventing and tinkering and test playing and trying this and trying that, and that's where my kind of passion lies.
Yeah.
And so I like the idea of handing it over and saying, now you run with it.
Now that you are no longer a toy entrepreneur, and
Yes.
you are venturing into the world of toy inventorship,
Okay?
you had to come up with a name for your toy invention studio.
Yes.
What is your toy invention
My
studio
toy
name?
invention studio is called One Quick Round.
One quick round.
And it's because that's the kind of games that I feel like I'm drawn to, and a lot of people are drawn to. Games where you play and you're like, oh gosh, I was so close to winning one more round. Like, let's go again, let's go again. I want to create games where people, the second it's over, they're ready to play again.
Okay, this is funny because I know we were talking before this and you said you hadn't yet listened to my podcast episode with Krista Fagerholt.
Yeah.
And one of the things she said, but she noticed games that do really well are things that people say they want to play again.
Right.
So that's like what your whole invention studio is focused on.
Because there are games that I love, but for example, my son likes the longer play games that take an hour.
Yeah, like
and
Ticket to Ride.
Yeah, or like he's really into Root right now, which is by Leader Games, which is a wonderful game, super cute, like adorable.
Yeah.
It takes an hour. So it's one of those things where like you gotta have a little bit more of a time commitment, and not everyone has that always.
And then if you lose, you just feel like I invested an hour and I have nothing to show.
My husband and I play a ton of Monopoly Deal, which is just Monopoly, the card game essentially. And it's great because it's over in like 8 minutes.
That's good.
So we'll play like 2 rounds or 3 rounds, and however much time you have you want to do, but like you can play and be like, all right, rematch.
One more.
Rematch, oh, I was so close.
So that's what you're focused.
That's what I'm kind of going for. That like, I want more.
So do you have any new things in the work? I know you can't share the products you're developing.
Okay, yeah.
But like what category of games are you focused on right now?
So this got me to learn that this mat was like the hardest part of production, and it's the most expensive part of the game. It's a really nice material, and getting it the right quality and getting it the right, feel and all that.
Colors.
And the colors, right. So after this, I was kind of like, I want to do just straight cards. And so
Why?
I like those games. And also it's just it's a bigger margin. It's an easier printing. There is like that aspect of like, it's a smaller box, it fits on the shelf.
Right.
And we play a lot of card games.
Right.
So my next couple, I have some card games I'm working on, and then going to the ShyTag Innovator and Inventor thing.
Yeah.
all weekend I was like, oh, I have this idea. All these things were popping in my head. So I have some like more toy things that I've not done toys yet that I am working on as well.
Yeah.
So card games, toys, etc.
One thing I feel like you're not giving yourself enough credit for is the combination of puzzle and game. Because puzzles are so big. I work with somebody who helps license people's ideas, and whenever there's a puzzle involved, he's like, "Oh, give it to me, I can sell it." He's
really?
He's like, "I can sell a puzzle, like any kind of puzzle."
And that's the feedback I get the most is people are like, I love, it's so
puzzle.
satisfying. It's placing it there, and it fits just perfectly, and it looks so beautiful.
And you wouldn't get that if this was all cards.
Right.
So I'm only saying that to say, like, don't limit yourself too much.
Right.
Especially if you're going on the licensing path, because then this totally won't be your problem. If you have an idea and it has this unique, like, platform to play on top of, I don't know, don't throw it away too fast. Hey, I'm gonna ask you the final closing question. First, what toy blew your mind as a kid?
Okay, there's a game I've been thinking about a lot lately, and I don't know the name of it, but you had to build an arch. It was like a plastic arch, and each piece of the arch, I think it was called like center stone or keystone or something, was actually like a bucket. So you had to build this cool arch, and then you had to put these things in it, and it would collapse in. And it was just a neat way of doing a building engineering toy that I had never seen before. Nothing else was like it, and it just had like 2 layers of play, because building it was part of the fun, and then destroying it was part of the fun. And so
What's it called?
I think it was called like Center Cornerstone or something.
Okay, we're gonna find it.
I'm gonna have to find it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's like an early 90s game or something.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I want to hear a little advice for anybody that's thinking about going the entrepreneur path where they develop an idea, a product to sell it, or the inventor path where they're developing an idea to sell it. Advice. What would you say?
Advice. Take Azhelle's class. This is my advice.
What class?
The Creators Academy class. Because as I'm taking it, I'm like, oh, that would have been helpful to know.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so some of
you're only on module 2.
I know.
Oh my gosh, and still?
But still, no, it's a way of organizing all the information. So like some of the things I was like, oh, I kind of did that, even though I didn't really know I was supposed to do it.
Right.
But you have it organized and like cut out in like a very, processed way, whereas I feel like I was kind of like more sporadic about it. So I like the way that you walk through everything.
Yes, take my course.
So take the class.
Toy Creators Academy.
And just research. I always would like go to the toy section with my kids at Target and take pictures of things and look at things and like look and see, how much is that? Oh wow, they're selling that board game they can sell a $40 board game here. Okay, that's information. So just like look at toys a lot. And pick them up and hold them and see what's going on.
Look at the size of the box and the price of things and the way things are named. Like the design, age ranges, look at all that stuff. Time to play. Do you have time to play on here?
I do.
You do. Time to play.
20 minutes,
See?
So just seeing what's out there and where the holes are.
Okay. Now, Kate, if somebody's watching this, where can they get in touch with you?
UltimateTreehouseGame.com or on Instagram, I'm at OneQuickRound.
Nice. What show will you be going to next after this?
Probably Astra again.
Which one?
Not Toy Boat, but the next June is...
Did you mean that your next event was going to also be the TCA virtual pitch event?
Yes.
Is that...
My next event is the TCA pitch event, where I am pitching several things.
And then the Astra event.
And then the Astra
in
event.
June.
Yes. My next in-person versus my next virtual.
Yes. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for being here today, Kate. Good luck. Everyone buy Ultimate Treehouse. Thank you for being here. Bye.
Bye.